Another thing that I see businesses using, especially when they're in the startup phase or even when they're attracting more eyes on themselves, is they have internships, and they have paid internships and unpaid internships. So talk to us a little bit about what an internship entails. Talk to us about the legality of it in terms of what type of paperwork should be done and how someone should proceed with that.
Sure. So I think that you're right. There are a lot of misapprehensions or bad information when it comes to internship. So an internship is still a job. Okay. At the end of the day, if they are coming to your office, they're doing work for you. You need to pay them, right? Really, the only time you could have an unpaid internship is they're coming and shadowing you, and they're not doing any work. Okay, that's really the only way you could have an unpaid internship, according to most states' wage laws. Um, so yeah, I would have something in writing, and maybe when we talk about employment contracts, that's something where we can touch on. But when you have an internship, the minimum wage still applies, overtime still applies, everything still applies. Really, the point of internship is more of a title, and it's not a reason not to pay somebody.
What about, I mean, I see a lot of nonprofits and smaller organizations using this, it seems like, as a vehicle or a means to just have unpaid help.
That's a good point. So non-for-profit might be a little different, right? So if they're volunteering, okay, for a non-for-profit, for example, because they're not profiting anyways. So if they're going out and they're handing out leaflets for a 501c3, then that could be a decent internship. If you're going and you're feeding the poor, or you're going to go and fold clothes for the homeless shelter, whatever the case might be. If you're doing this for a non-for-profit organization, you're more likely able to not pay them and have unpaid internships. But if you're working at a law firm and now you are cleaning up the office, you're filing things away, and basically doing a job that somebody would be paid for, you should be paid. And that should not be unpaid internship at that point.
So let's use that as an example. So you have a legal office and somebody approaches you, a 13, 14-year-old, says, I want to see what your day-to-day is like. I want to shadow you for a couple of weeks. Talk about the difference in shadowing and then working, and then also bring in any age restrictions that may exist.
Yeah, so I mean, for the law firm, right, my primary area is going to be divorce and business. So, I might not want a young kid around my office, but I would, me personally, if they're in law school, that might be someone I would offer an internship to, and then if they're in college, I'd probably let them shadow me. So shadowing would just be them coming to court, seeing me in action in court. It might be sitting in my office. It might be sitting in a consultation, and really they're just sitting and observing. That's really what I consider shadowing. Working would be almost any product that's made, any change that's made in the office that they have done would be considered something I would have to pay them for. For example, we had a intern, and again, we called them an intern, that came and she went through all of our divorce cases, and she did like data mining, okay? And she came up with like a spreadsheet with all of our divorce averages, the average age, the average income, all those things. So we had to pay her for that. That wouldn't be something that I can tout as a unpaid internship and not pay her for.
And then is there for paid internship, I guess, since all the rules and the laws apply to it, what about a minimum age?
So minimum age, I would stick with whatever the state is. I think it's 16 or 15 or 16. That's what I would stick to. I wouldn't have somebody under that age, having an internship.